Crypto-based social media platforms, will they replace the Twitters, the YouTubes of the world, or will they just fade into non-existence? That's what we're talking about today on this forest walk. I'm sure a lot of you, if you've been around for a while, have heard of Steemit, Library, Odyssey, Theta.tv, DTube I think is one of them, and now I think the biggest one is friend.tech. All of these different crypto-based social media platforms that exist out there, and most of them with the one of the mission statements being to take over Web2 social media, take over Twitter, take over YouTube, Reddit, all these different platforms that are out there, siphoning people's content and not paying creators enough or not rewarding users for their information enough. That's what a lot of the mission statement is behind some of these different platforms. And so you've seen some people migrate over to them, but the question is, will these be sustainable? Will a Web3 social media application out there ever take over a Web2 social media application? I'm going to tell you no. At the very least, unless they get this one thing right. And it's actually a very, very hard thing, which is why I think it'll almost never happen. And that's analytics. Web3 based social media platforms usually either don't collect your information because people in crypto don't want the information collected, rightfully so, or if they do collect your information, they do pay you for it, right? Some of them. But then even then, it's like a very little amount of information. It's not a ton. And that's what YouTube has going for it. As a creator, the single most important thing about the content that you create and, how you get paid off is the information that you need to make videos or make content. For example, take YouTube. By knowing how many people watch my video, the length, the duration of how long people stay on a video, what the impressions to click rate that I get on a thumbnail, by knowing all this information, I'm able to tweak what I do as a content creator and adjust it to see what works, what doesn't work, what resonates with people, what doesn't resonate with people. And by doing that, I actually get a content that's more effective, that reaches more people. And as a result, this just gives me a bigger audience, which is what I want as a creator, because at the end of the day, I'll get paid with ad revenue. Most creators do not approach content creation this way, but the ones that make it very, very big do. And that's why those creators will always stay on a platform like YouTube that is able to, give you the right amount of information to make decisions, surrounding your content that will result in a lot more viewership, right? There's a reason why the YouTube algorithm is the way it is. The YouTube algorithm is, in a way, literally just exacerbates what humans like, literally. If you look at, for example, the YouTube homepage, and logged out, of course, YouTube will just recommend a bunch of random things that are popular, that are trending, etc. Now, a lot of those things, believe it or not, are they're things that are insane. They're wild. They're pranks. They're vlogs. They're things that people like, that can relate to, that they don't mind looking at. And that's what the algorithm does. But to have an algorithm, you need information and analytics, and that's where Web2 social media will always win, at least currently. And that's why I think, if anything, the future of crypto-based social media isn't necessarily a new app that's going to come out and disrupt it. It might be. But what it mostly is, at the end of the day, is very likely going to be a Web2 app, like a YouTube, or in this case, Reddit, that is willing to integrate crypto or blockchain in a way that doesn't necessarily reward speculation, because Reddit has kind of done that, and it hasn't actually boded too well for them, but in a way that empowers creators to either benefit off creating content that people like, or rewarding them in all the paying them in any extra funding that has come from extra viewership via crypto. That's why I think crypto-based social media still has a long way to go. But who knows, there may be an app that comes out one day and actually does something different. But to be honest with you, as someone who's uploaded in many different platforms up until this date, YouTube is still the one I come back to, because there's just so much information I can toy around with and play with and figure out, where did I do right, what did I do wrong. And as a platform's best interest is to make the creators happy first, because people will go wherever the creator goes. Twitch is seeing a similar thing happen, right? You have creators literally being poached by Kick, which is another live streaming platform, paying them millions of dollars to move to Kick, and all the people, all the watchers are moving with them from Twitch to Kick. It's insane. And listen, I'm no expert in like creating a platform that can, beat out Web2, YouTube, or anything like that. But I am saying that if you can create a way that empowers creators to make better content, that users will like more, that inevitably feeds into itself and pays the creator off based off of that, viewership, then you'll win, But most platforms that are crypto-based have not done that. I mean, there aren't even a lot of good Web 2 platforms out there that do that either. Twitter is kind of getting around with Elon finally taking the helm, but we'll see how that goes. But those are my thoughts. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Are you a fan of, crypto-based social media apps? Do you think any of them will actually make it and dethrone YouTube, Twitter, Reddit, etc.? I'd love to know. See you guys in the next one.